Switzerland. First time ever that the Para Badminton World Championships happening in the same place at the same time as the 25th World Badminton Championships. 12th edition of the Para World Championships. 6 different categories. We've got 2 wheelchair categories and 4 standing categories, and you can come and watch it at this very venue, St Jakobshalle. But here in the main arena, it is third round action all day today, and we are about to see our 8th of 10 matches today. Whoever wins today gets through to the quarter-final stage, and our next match features the reigning Olympic champions Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi up against Chow Kwan and Lee Meng Yen. And for these two pairs, they are playing for the right to play against the number 7 seeds Du Yue and Li Yunhui, who came through against Vivian Hu and Yap Chen Wen, the number 15 seeds from Malaysia, in 3 games, an hour and 11 minutes it was. So the Malaysian pair are playing awfully well there, because they're not nearly as highly seeded as that Chinese pair. In the bottom half of the draw, the 2-time silver medalists Fukushima and Hirota, they've come through, and so too have the bronze medalists from 2014. But when we look at the career win-loss records, we can see that Matsutomo and Takahashi have been playing together for a long time. 48 career finals, 26 titles. They've actually been playing together since high school. For the Malaysians, a much newer combination. I think they did play together in juniors, then they split for a while, reformed their partnership in 2016. And now number 15 in the world. So it is the reigning Olympic champions who have won the toss and have chosen ends in which to start. And this, we briefly saw, will be the 5th meeting between these two pairs. The previous 4 encounters have all been won by the reigning Olympic champions, and all won in 2 straight games. So they are hot favourites for this. Of course, they're the number 3 seeds, the Malaysians, the number 13 seeds. So their rankings suggest that the Malaysians would cause a huge upset if they were to win today's match. Chow Kwan is 24 years of age, born in Chiras in Kuala Lumpur, and she actually won the Commonwealth Games gold medal last year, playing with Vivian Hu, but now playing with Li Meng Yen, who is 25 years of age, born in the historic state, the beautiful ancient city of Malacca. Have been 2 places higher than they are right now on the world rankings, and this is their 2nd consecutive World Championships as a pair. They had a bye in the first round, as did all seeded pairs, and then had a bit of a battle in the second against Su Yaqing and Hu Lingfeng of Chinese Taipei. Over an hour for that encounter, 21-11 in the deciding game. So to Misaki Matsutomo, 27 years of age, from Tokushima in the northeast of Shikoku Island in southern Japan. This their 7th consecutive World Championship and the 7th consecutive time they're seeded. And more importantly, the 6th consecutive time that they're seeded 3 or higher. Because as you can see, they have been world number 1s. Ayaka Takahashi, 2 years older than her partner, born in Kashiharo City in Nara Prefecture in South Honshu, the main island of Honshu. 4 finals this year, from 12 tournaments played so far for the Japanese combination, and they obviously had a bye as well by virtue of their seeding. And if you were with us yesterday, you would have enjoyed their match against the Australians, the left-handed Mapasa and her partner Somerville. 2 straight games yesterday. As we look at Hao Longhu of China, Ivo Castle from Switzerland is the service judge. But the extraordinary thing, although the Olympic champions have been seeded 3 or higher in the last 6 World Championships, they've only won 1 World Championship medal, and that was 2 years ago in Glasgow. That was a bronze medal when they were the #1 seeds. Lost in the last 16 when they were the #1 seeds in Jakarta in 2015. So they don't have the best of records in World Championships.
TAKAHASHI, Japan. And on my left, Lee Ming-yen, Chow Mei-kun, Malaysia. Ayaka Takahashi to serve to Chow Mei-kun. Level play.
Well, I don't think anybody should underestimate the Malaysian pair, because they reached the final of the India Open Super 500 event earlier this year. I've watched them when they've twice gone to 3 games against the former world champions, Chen Qingcheng and Jia Yifan. That was the Malaysian Open a couple of years ago, and also the Indonesian Open, same year, 2017. But I suppose the concern, Steen, is the fitness of Lee Ming-yen because of her injury problems.
Yeah. And also, of course, that they played 4 times earlier against Takahashi and Matsutomo and haven't been able to take a game off the Japanese pairing.
Well, they've started in confident fashion, the Japanese pair.
Yeah, and we have to remember in terms of World Championship medals, got one in 17, lost out in Nanjing, but ahead of that, 15 and earlier, that was where China was dominating women's doubles. So it's an explanation that the sort of dominance scheme was different looking back then. With,
yeah, I appreciate that. That's a good point. But considering that prior to 2017, they played 4 World Championships and never got beyond the 3rd round, even though they had been seeded 1 in one of them and twice been seeded 3. So they were expected to get a medal.
They expected to do well.
Yeah.
We had a situation earlier on today when Chen and Jia, the champions from 2017, when they beat Kim and Kong from Korea. That's 2 really, really strong pairs, and just the luck of the draw that pitted them against each other already in the 3rd round. So it could easily have been a medal match later on in the tournament.
Yeah, I agree. It was a super match.
So it's all 6-1.
Well, this Malaysian combination trying to become only the 2nd women's doubles pair from Malaysia to reach a quarter-final. Only other pair to do so, Steen? My questions are getting tougher.
Wang Pei-Ti and Chin Hui?
No.
Oh.
They were the #1 seeds in Hyderabad in 2009 and lost in the last 16.
Oh.
So I'll give you a clue, 2015, Jakarta.
Malaysia. Then it must have been Wong Ki-wei and Vivian Hu.
No.
No.
Anseli and Song Fei Cho.
I would never have guessed that. Never.
8-1.
But that's right. They played well. Never really lived up to that quarterfinal place the way I recall it.
Service over 2-8.
Just long. So, Steen, what do you say as a coach when you're advising a pair like the Malaysians who have played against opponents so many times, in this case 4 times, and never won a game? Do you give them completely different tactics to go into the match and say, right, you've got to do something different because the way you've played before? Or how do you approach it?
Yeah, it depends a little bit where they are in their own sort of program, in their own game plan strategy. If they're already changing something in their strategy, it will all be based on that and how that would apply to playing this particular pair. If they haven't really changed anything and we're basically doing the same as we've always done, then we've got to come up with a new idea against this pair here. We've got to try something different.
Long rally.
Service over 9-4.
In fact, the longest so far.
And of course, the difficult part is that you might not have a plan B or a plan B that's viable and has a chance to work against any particular opponent.
Pushed it long. And by that, I'm guessing you mean because when I've watched this Malaysian pair, they've loved their defensive play. And that's how they did well against the former world champions, Chen Cheng and Jia Yifan, a couple of years ago. But
it's probably not going to be enough here.
It's not enough against this Japanese pair that are so solid in defense.
Yeah. So sometimes you just have to accept that, hey, our opponents were, in fact, better than us.
Service over 6-8.
Oh, that's a super smash. Threaded it down the line.
11.
And to the mid-game interval, the Olympic champions with a 5-point advantage. That is so accurate. That's magnificent. 7 minutes to the mid-game interval. Interesting that the male coach there, Jeremy Gang, formerly from Malaysia, and normally just looks after the mixed doubles players, but there's another Japanese pair on court 4 at the moment, so coach is having to double up and do more than one event.
Service over 7.
Did you manage to catch anything Jeremy was saying?
No, not really. But I think he still speaks English, and that must be quite confusing for Takahashi and Matsutomo, who's normally used to Kei Nakajima, who speaks Japanese.
Yeah.
And they also had their team coach from the team back in Japan, Yu Hirayama. I think it was at the coaching, and I mean, everything basically went as planned, the way I could see it here in the first game. Called good. Lots of firepower with this woman, Ayaka Takahashi. I think it's good conditions for Matsutomo and Takahashi. We saw in Nanjing that too slow playing conditions was not to their advantage, at least not against harder hitting players. I've forgotten who they lost against, but I think it was
the gold medalists.
Yeah, their compatriots Matsumoto and
Nakahara.
And they are two physically strong players. And if the hole gets really, really heavy, then they are a strong pair to face.
Service over 9-13.
I think it's a strong women's doubles this year, don't you, in the draw? 7 pairs who've medalled at previous World Championships.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pairs who can win it. I mean, that women's doubles we saw earlier on today with Chen and Jia against Kim and Kong, that could easily have been a final, and Kim and Kong could have won the tournament had they gotten past that second round there. We know that all Japanese pairs are capable of winning a tournament of this caliber as well.
Yeah. That's landed on the line. Good defence from Cho Mei Kwan.
14.
Rosman Razak and Chin Yi-wei, the two coaches on the Malaysian bench. Oh, we've got some good rallies. It's good pace, isn't it?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I like that block.
She's so quick picking up on those situations, Misaki Matsutomo.
What do you mean, the opportunity to go forward?
Yeah, suddenly she sees that there's a little bit of an unprecise shot from the opponents, and she simply notices that earlier than most other players, and then she has the speed of movement to back it up.
That's going wide. Yeah. Mental discipline needed here from the Malaysians. They've worked so hard to get back into touching distance. Now letting it slip a little. She never looks quite as comfortable as Matsutomo when she goes forward, Takahashi.
No.
Well, she may have missed, but I like the fact that she really tried to intercept there. Well, that's 2 in a row she's missed from the front of the court.
Yeah, and that's the kind of things that adds up, because now that she's missed these 2, then the thinking on the Japanese side is, okay, then we can keep on playing it. Had she killed them, it would put pressure on the Japanese. Yeah. They would have had to lift.
Oh, yeah. There's another perfect example of what you were talking about. Seizing the opportunity for Matsutomo.
You can't really see it here, but she's ready to cover behind her, and then suddenly realizes, hey, there's going to be an opportunity here.
It's a very good smash towards the hip there of CHOW Kwan. So game point opportunities for the Olympic champions. In fact, it was more towards the left shoulder, wasn't it, rather than hip. Oh my goodness, inspirational backhand. That's gone wide.
Yeah.
Opening game. 21-12.
Misaki Matsumoto and Ayaka Takahashi, 21-12.
Umpire confirms that scoreline. Seven of the last 8 points.
And I guess if you compare the scoring graphics in this game, it will be similar to a number of the other 8 games that the Japanese have won. Slightly getting an advantage score-wise and then pulling away towards the end of the game.
Mix it up. As I said last time, I said if you wasn't fine, we have people have to jumbi. Block, I think always push. So you have to consider. If no, so consider okay. Okay?
シール結構つくのが多いんだよね。それに対して後ろのことも後ろでいいよ。後ろで後ろで。
Balik ready dengan dia. Balik ready dengan dia. So, sebab kita worry sangat. Kenapa tak mati? Kenapa tak mati? No. Tak mati, ready dengan dia. Jangan defend. Kita pun. Okay? Mana?
So the Olympic champions, Zaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi, 1 game to the good. What can the number 13 seeds CHOW Kwan and Li Mingyan do in response? Good rally.
Service over 1 block.
Good first rally, as you said, Jill. It's the start of the second game for the Malaysians.
And the longest rally so far.
Service over 1.
Well, last year in Nanjing, Japanese pairs took 3 of the 4 women's doubles medals. And whilst there is at the moment, including the pair we're watching on court, there's still 4 pairs left in the women's doubles from Japan. They can't win all 4 medals because if, depending on the results, if all the Japanese pairs got through, then 2 of them will meet in the quarter-final stage.
And there's a little bit of extra competition this year. Last year, Korea was really under pressure on the women's doubles side due to injuries, and Chen and Jia, they've knocked Kim and Kong out. So one of the challenges from Korea gone, still got Lee So-hee and Chang Yin-ah left playing later today. But lots of good pairs in the tournament, lots of great badminton to be seen, hopefully in the next 3 days.
Yeah, that's good work.
Yeah,
from
it is.
Chow Mei-kwan.
And they've got to try and move forward and take some chances, see if they can sort of put some mental pressure on their opponents. So far, it's just been business as usual.
That's a nice shot. Oh, yes.
4-3.
She is looking alert, isn't she,
Yeah,
Matsutomo?
yeah.
Look at that.
And I guess it's bothering them that they don't have that World Championship gold medal. When you're the Olympic champion and you don't have the World Champion gold medal, that's going to bother you, I think.
I think so too. Add into the mix that you've got 4 women's doubles pairs who are all from Japan, who are all battling for just 2 Olympic places on home soil next year. And doing
It's
well.
a tough competition.
Doing well in the World Championships, apart from the fact they desperately want, as you've just pointed out, to win the gold medal here. That would be a huge boost towards qualifying for the Olympic Games as well.
Lots of points at stake, and also again showing that you can deliver
6-3.
when under pressure. Lost the final of the Asian Games. Also Did Matsutomo and Takahashi.
Yes, lost to Chen Chen and Zhao Yifan.
I guess from a Malaysian perspective, you would have to consider once again whether the smart thing to do would be to pair the Commonwealth gold medalists Vivian Hu and Cho Mei Kwon together. I guess the reason for not doing it is that you then end up with two pairs that are one pair is rather strong and the other pair perhaps is a little bit disillusioned.
Yes.
So you've got to think about the practice environment as well. She's not going to win that battle, Cho Mei Kwon. She's not going to win it against Takahashi. No. There's no way in the world she's going to win it. She won this rally, but in the long run, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, she's certainly not going to.
She's not going to
stop. Error in clears or.
No. She's not going to panic either.
No, Takahashi will keep running all day.
It's over 8-3.
Seven of the last 8 points. Oh, absolutely waiting for that smash down the centre was Matsutomo. In fact, it wasn't even really in between the two Japanese players. It was too much cross-court, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That's better.
Just shows how difficult it is to score points. Had a big opportunity there. CHOW.
Good rally. Oh, it's a change of pace again from Matsutomo at the front of the court. And 11-4 the advantage, having been 2-3 down at one stage.
From a pair that's won the first game 21-12, leading 11-4 and has a 4-0 score against their opponents, never ever lost a game. There's an awful lot of coaching going on, to my taste.
So what would you do in that situation?
Pretty much make certain that they maintain their focus, and I would make sure I didn't disturb them.
Yeah.
Didn't try to be too clever, especially since it's a coach that normally doesn't work with the women's doubles.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a tendency to the coaches want to be. We want to feel that we're a part of it, so we want to sort of make sure that we contribute to the victory. But that's basically when people are in trouble, when they're behind, when they've lost the game or something like that. That's when the coaches earn their money. Here, not being the regular coach, there's not much chance but to disturb.
Yeah.
Service over 5-11.
Fokus di game side.
It goes down as an error. Flick serve is long.
Service over.
I think that's one service error apiece. Oh, that's nice. What a super shot from Mequan.
12.
Landed in.
Well, she knows it, because otherwise she would have challenged.
Good emotional control not to challenge there, because I can think of some situations where I've seen players sort of look at the linesman as if that was a big mistake, and then out of more or less emotional distress, I think, take a challenge that is then wasted.
Yeah. We haven't actually had any challenges in this women's doubles yet. Well left.
Service over 13-7. Service over 8-13.
Oh, lucky net cord. Yeah.
Service over 14-8.
Really doesn't seem to me to have an awful lot of shoulder turn, Matsutomo, with her overhead shots.
No.
Very square to the net.
Exactly.
It's going wide. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was going in. Good rally.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Excellent play by the Malaysians.
Yeah, well done.
Best round they've played in this match, in my opinion.
Yeah, good use of the mid-court area.
So
Well-
it's 6-3 since the interval now.
Yeah.
I think the coaching disturbed.
Yeah.
I have to say that. Of course, it could also be Rosman Razak, who's and Chen Hui here, who's really hit a good note.
Yeah.
But it's completely different to the rest of the match we've seen so far. I don't think they've won any other 9 rally streak 6-3, the Malaysians.
That's a good shot. So you would have literally, in that scenario, you would have said, "You're doing great. Remember the
Yeah.
game plan.
Yeah.
Keep focused on that. Leave it."
Two most important points, and then
The server 11.
pat on the back, and then back to my chair.
Yeah.
From the concept, if it isn't broke, don't fix it.
That's a Yorkshire expression.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. Yeah, it's well long. Time running out for the Malaysians.
Yeah.
Oof, they've only been wide by a whisker.
18, 11. Nineteen, 11.
2 points away from the quarter-final, the Olympic champions. Match point opportunities. 9 of them, to be precise. Oh, good return of serve.
20.
Yeah, it's been a day at the office for the Olympic champions. Pretty much everything went as
20.
they've hoped for.
That's gone long. And this time they convert. 21-12, 21-13. And the former world number ones, the reigning Olympic champions, tomorrow will contest only their second World Championship quarter-final. Despite this being their 7th consecutive World Championships.
21-12, 21-13.
So the umpire just confirming that scoreline, 21-12, 21-13, in a match lasting 37 minutes. So I think Steve made a very valid point that they just lost their rhythm after that mid-game interval in the second. But from 14-10, then built a commanding lead at 20-11. And from there, there was only going to be one outcome, and that was a win for the number 3 seeds, Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi. 21-12, 21-13 through to the quarter-final. So welcome